A little bit power-ish, and I always challenge my students, like, do what you can, and whatever you don't want to do, just take it out or take a child's pose. Like, it's not a big deal. You do you. So today's class is called Evolve Your Spine, and we're going to do a modified version of it and go a little bit slower because this is the first time I'm teaching some different movements, but they feel super yummy. So I will do my best to show those on the mat to you. And go slower. So if you have questions as we go throughout the class, feel free to drop them in the chat box and let me know. Hello, Morgan. Hi, Angela. It is 11, so we will get started. I'm going to take off my socks because doing yoga in socks just does not feel great. All right, let's come on to our back. So we're starting in a very simple position with the knees coming into the chest. I'm going to try to blind myself with this light. So in a, bringing the knees in, so feel where the sacrum is on the floor. The sacrum is right above your tailbone, so find that area, hug your knees. And then try to bring your head as close to your knees as you can get it without lifting your sacrum. So keep the sacrum on the floor and just see how close can you get. It doesn't have to be great. And just feel it pull along your back line. We'll do this at the end of class to just kind of compare and just gently release and place your feet on the floor. The feet are hip distance. Make sure you cannot touch your heels and hands together. Bring the hands to the thighs and go ahead and start to lift your hips off the floor 2 to 3 inches. We're not lifting high, just staying low, and try to pull your pubic bone towards your nose. So like really start to squeeze those glutes by helping kind of posterior tilt the pelvis. Good. And we'll just lower and lift an inch. So lower the hips an inch, lift the hips an inch. And as you do that, reach the hands up towards the ceiling and stretch out the right wrist. So left hand goes across the right palm and stretches it out. Do what you can. If you feel this in the knees, walk your feet a little bit further away. If this is hurting the low back, you can just stay on the floor. Go ahead and pull the left fingers back now. The glutes are really revving up now. Try not to fall to the outer edges of your feet. And then go ahead, pause, and bring the hands back to the thighs. Let's lower the upper back, middle back, and lower back to the floor so the sacrum touches down. And then lift the hips back up. Lower the upper back, middle back, and lower back to the floor. And then lift the hips back up. So we're tiptoeing and articulating the spine down to kind of make room for your vertebrae. 2 more. Lift the hips. Upper back, middle back, and lower back lowers down. Last one. Lift up. And upper back, middle back, and lower back come down. Good. And then just feel that sacrum stay on the floor. We want the area to stay so we can protect the low back. So when we go through these abdominal exercises, I want you to think sacrum on the ground, not lifting. Hands come behind the head. Keep the feet on the floor. Take a breath in. Fill your lungs and rib cage, and on your exhale, feel your ribs draw together and help you lift off of the floor, drawing down through the low belly. Good. Lean the head back into the hands. And then inhale, lower down. Exhale, come up. From here, you can keep both feet on the floor or practice with kicking the left leg out. So this is harder to keep that sacrum on the floor, but it's a part of, spine stabilization. Lower the left foot. Inhale, lower the head and shoulders. Exhale, come up. Go ahead and extend the right leg. Maybe reach through those toes. Lower the right foot. Inhale, lower the head and shoulders, adding on if you would like. Exhale, come up. Pull down through that low belly, extend the left leg. Small twist to the left. Stay off this left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Lower the left foot. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, come up. Right leg extends. Small twist to the right. Stay off the right shoulder. Keep drawing down. Back to center. Lower the right foot. Lower down. Exhale, last one, come up. Left leg extends. Twist to the left. And then maybe you lower the left foot an inch and lift it back up. One more time, lower. It can also be a foot. And lift it back up. Lower the left foot. Come back to center. Lower down. Last time. You got it. Exhale, come up. Right leg extends. Small twist to the right. Lower the right foot. Lift it back up. Lower the right foot. And lift it back up. Back to center. Lower. All the way down. So this front side of the body helps support the spine. So it's not all about the back, it's also about the front too. Go ahead and come up onto the hands and knees for a little bit of spinal movement. So hands are under the shoulders. Knees are under the hips, maybe a little bit closer than you're used to. If they're way back here, that allows for a lot of lumbar movement. So keep the knees in closer. From quadruped, let's just start to laterally side bend. So taking the left shoulder to the left hip and the right shoulder to the right hip. And just move back and forth, kind of like you're wagging your tail. So these are lateral movements of the spine. They help make space on each side. And then let's move into cat-cow. So inhale, heart pulls lightly forward. Don't dramatically lift your chin. And exhale, round in the upper back. Push through your hands. Let the head drop. Inhale, cow pose. Feel the chest broaden. Exhale, cow pose. Good, 2 more. Inhale. So we want our spine to be able to move in all the ways so we can move better as we get older. Last one. And exhale. Good. From here, I'm going to introduce you to a new movement. It is called rolling quadruped. I'm going to show you it from this view, but what you will do is internally rotate your right thigh. So you see how my right ankle kicks out, and I step my left foot out to the left. From here, cartwheel the left hand backwards, big circle. Left hand comes down. Now my left thigh internally rotates, and the right foot steps out as I cartwheel the right arm back. And then you just repeat. So right thigh internally rotates, left foot steps out. Let your head relax as you make a big circle backwards with the left arm. Left hand comes down, internally rotate the left leg, right foot steps out. And just take this at your own pace if you want to go faster, if you want to go slower. Right thigh internally rotates, left foot steps out. Backstroke the left arm. Let's do 2 more each side just to get you used to this movement because you will be repeating it in the flow. Right thigh, left foot. Left knee comes in, right thigh steps out. Ha! 1 more time each side. That looks great, Angela. That looks great, Paul. Good. Last one. Good. And now you're back into quadruped. Let's lower the elbows for a dolphin pose. So interlace the fingers or forearms parallel. Take a breath in. Exhale, round up into the upper back to help you lift the low belly and lift the hips and knees off of the floor. Keep the knees bent as much as you need to here. Dolphin is not for the faint of heart. So feel the head is off the floor, the low belly's picking up, and just pause here. We're adding a little bit of different weight into the shoulders. Maybe pedal out your calves and feet here if you want a little bit of stretch in the backside. And then After 2 more breaths, you can rest in a child's pose. And then come into a seated position. So in this seated position, you'll come into zigzag. And by zigzag, I mean your feet should look like a zigzag. So I am looking at the inner part of my right thigh, so I can see my inner part of my ankle. And then I'm looking at the outer part of my left thigh. So if you want to set up like that, go ahead. This is also going to be done in the flow, and then we'll, start moving at the top of the mat. Bring the arms to a W. So my palms are facing up, thumbs face back. Take a breath in, grow tall. And I'm exhaling towards my left foot. So I'm looking that way. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, twisting to the left. And as I do this movement, I'm not, using my shoulders. I'm using the center part of my spine. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the left. Good. Last one in. Exhale to the left. Inhale, come back to center, and let's switch zigzag. So now I'm looking at the inner part of my left thigh and the outer part of the right. And you can, bring your heel in as close as you need to. W the arms, take a breath in. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Pull those shoulders together. Exhale to the right. Yes, that looks great, Angela and Paul. Exhale. That last one. Exhale to the right. Come back to center. And then however you need to, come off the floor and up to stand. So I'm just going to bring my hands down and step up. And then come to the front of your mat. So anytime I say front of the mat, it is going to be this small area in front of you. So it's towards the front of the mat. Sometimes this will be the side of our mat, the long edges, just to give you a sense of directions, because we will be moving a little bit, but not like a crazy circle. Feet are hip distance apart, and just observe yourself in standing. This is Tadasana, mountain pose. Standing tall like a mountain. You want to feel all of your spinal curves stacked. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over the hips, and hips over the heels. And just feel your weight. Are you on your toes? Are you on your heels? Are you on the left foot, right foot? And try to find a balance in between it all. And then on your inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, sit back in the hips. So I'm sitting backwards. My knees don't go forward. Hands come down. Step the right foot back, lower the right knee underneath the right hip. Inhale, shoulders over the hips. So 90-90 here, right glute is working. Roll your shoulders. So we're in this strong supported position, but we're moving the spine. The spine is moving a little bit with the shoulders. And then go ahead and bring the hands to the floor on your next exhale. Step back into high plank. Glutes are working. Lift your head up. Lower your knees. And then lower slowly to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra. So I'm lifting my heart up into the shoulder blades, but I'm still keeping the glutes and core working. Lower a little bit, and on your exhale, push the ground away as you lift the hips up into down dog. Right foot steps forward. Lower the left knee. Untuck your toes. Inhale, shoulders over hips. Feel this glute work in. If you don't know, poke it. Roll. Let out anything you need to. Don't let this front knee wobble. Good. And then go ahead and bring the hands to the floor. Step forward. Use those glutes to help you come all the way up to stand. Arms reach up. Going right back down. Exhale, sit back. Left foot steps back, lower the left knee. Keep the toes curled under if that feels good for your foot. And then on this inhale, the arms reach up. From here, the right hand comes behind the back onto this left glute. So like say hello. And then bring the left arm down and peel the fingers backwards. So it's like you're opening up that wrist. And then bring the right ear to the right shoulder for this neck opener / nerve opener. Don't bring the right ear to the right shoulder if it does not feel good. And then float the head back up, inhale. Exhale, let both hands come down, step back into high plank. Lower your knees, lower slowly. Inhale, lift the heart, shoulder blades draw together. Feel the belly button lift away from the floor. Exhale, push the ground away as you lift up and back into down dog. From here, slide the left foot forward, lower the right knee. Inhale, arms reach up. Left arm comes behind the back this time, on top of that glute. And then right arm starts to peel open, opening up that forearm, reaching those fingertips down. And then bring the left ear to the left shoulder. And just notice if this side feels different. Yoga is all about, kind of tuning in with the body. And this is what we're doing here. Tuning into that cervical spine, your neck. Float the head back up, inhale. Exhale, hands come down, step forward, come all the way up. Use those glutes, arms reach up. Going into the first flow, exhale, forward fold. Hands come down, step the right foot back. You can place a block underneath the right hand or lower the right knee. I'm going to lower the right knee, but you can also have it lifted. From here, I want you to turn your left hand away from you. And then on your inhale, pull that elbow up as the hand is turning away. And then inhale, the fingertips come to the floor. And then bring it up. You can also use the exhales. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, pull it up. So it's like you're kind of like pulling up a lawnmower. You're opening up this heart. Go ahead, bring it down. Use that right glute to help keep your pelvis stable. Good, last one, lift it up. Good, and then keep it lifted. Slowly slide that left leg back. So now you're in modified side plank. You don't have to have a block for this, but just reaching the left arm up, stabilizing through this right hip. You can also lift the left leg here. Good. Maybe goalpost the arm, making it more challenging. Whew. And then let's go into that rolling quadruped. So bring the left knee down, followed by the left hand. And I'll show you from this view again. So you'll internally rotate the right thigh, step the left foot out, circle the left arm backwards. Look down. Bring the right thigh or the left thigh into internal rotation, step the right foot away. So your feet are kind of facing almost the same direction. Take your time. If you get through 2 each side, great. If you get through 3 or 1, we're just trying to open up that spine, open up the back because things get sticky. Let's do one more on the right side. And then bring both down. You're in quadruped. Slide the feet back one by one into plank. Hold. Lower the knees. Lower slowly to the floor. Inhale, Cobra. Lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, push up and back into this, into kneeling plank. You have 4 push-ups here. They are optional. You can also stay in Cobra. So lower halfway, keep the core and glutes working, lift up. Lower halfway, lift up, that's 2. Lower, lift, 3. You got it, lower. Lift the knees, lift the hips, down dog, walk your hands backwards towards the feet as you drip your ribs onto the thighs. So my upper back is supported by my thighs. And if that is not possible right now, you can also have your hands on your thighs to just keep a flat back. Just know who you are. Let your head hang. And notice that as you let your head hang, how it changes maybe the feel in the hamstring. Lift the head back up and let's baby bear tiptoe walk. So lift up onto your toes, walk the left hand forward, right foot forward. Right hand, left foot, stay on the toes all the way until you make it to the top of the mat. And use the glutes to come up to stand. And let's do it all on the other side. So nothing is new, all the same movements. Inhale. Exhale, sit back in the hips. This time, step the left foot back. You can lower the left knee or hand on block. Turn that right palm away from you. Show you from this angle. Inhale, pull it up. Exhale, bring it down. You keep that left glute on. And maybe even release your neck here. So try not to force your gaze towards the ceiling. Notice if this way is harder to twist. Good, one more. Inhale. Extend the arm, and then you can slide this right leg backwards. Good. Make sure that hand is under the shoulder and that knee isn't too far away because that makes it even harder. Stay here. Or you can lift this right leg. Maybe goal post your right arm. Keep this pubic bone pulling upwards. That helps keep that back glute on. And let's go into rolling quadruped. Right hand comes down, right knee comes down. You'll internally rotate the left thigh, step the right foot out, big circle backwards. Get familiar with this movement. You might want to do it when you wake up tomorrow morning. Circle the left arm backwards. Left knee comes in, right foot goes out. Good, let's do one more each side. And then go ahead and come back into quadruped. Hands are under the shoulders. Step back into plank. We're about to do those push-ups soon. Lower the knees. Lower. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift the hearts. Pull the shoulder blades together. Exhale, use the core as you push up and back into down dog. Shift forward into plank. Lower your knees. And let's do those 4 push-ups that are also optional. Lower 1. Up. 2. 3. And 4. And as you push up, lift your hips up into down dog. Walk the hands back towards the feet as you rest your ribs on the thighs or rest your hands on the shins. Let the head release if that feels good. And then you will baby bear walk. So come up onto those toes. And then walk the right hand forward, followed by the left toes. And then the left hand followed by the right toes, all the way till you get to the top. And then pause at the top. Yeah, good job, Angela. Okay, here we go. Let's do 3 sun sal A's. And I just want you to think like, is my spine tall and supported? Or am I lifting my tailbone? Am I trying to thrust my ribs forward? Can you keep this type of alignment while you're in plank, while you're in down dog, while you're forward folding? Just think about those things because they add stress to the body. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, step or jump back into high plank. Exhale, you can lower in one piece or lower the knees and lower down. Inhale, baby cobra, or like we've been doing, or you can do full up dog. Shoulder blades pull into your back pockets. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath in. Feel like your down dog is bouncy. Push into the finger pads of each individual finger so we're not putting all that stress in the wrists. And at the bottom of your exhale, step or jump towards your hands. Use those glutes. Inhale, come up to stand. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step or jump back into high plank. Exhale, lower in your own way. Inhale, baby cobra or full up dog. Exhale, use those glutes and core to help you push up and back into down dog. You have one more. Feel that this is bouncy. And then at the bottom of your next exhale, step or jump towards your hands. Use your glutes. Inhale, come on up. So we use those glutes to help support the low back. That way you're not using your low back to lift, you're using your glutes, which is why they're there. Inhale, arms reach. Here we go. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You can do this slow or fast. Inhale, baby cobra or full up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good. From down dog, lift that left leg. If you are experienced with hopping off that right foot, you can hop off that right foot and step the left foot forward, or you can just step the left foot forward. Come up into Crescent Lunge. So this is a little front of the mat, side of the mat action. So I want you to look at the front of the mat, and then I want you to look at the mat to your left. This is the side you will be facing in a moment. Right hand comes to the front of your low belly. Left hand comes to the sacrum. Feel the two sides pulling in to each other. From here, lower the torso, so putting more weight into your left foot. You can stay like this if you find balance challenging, or you can start to lift the right toes off the floor for a warrior 3 variation. Now from here, this is where the trickiness comes from. I want you to lift up, step the right foot next to the left, and then open up to the left. Parallel the feet, side lunge to the left. Come back up, turn towards the front of the mat, step it in, and then come back into warrior 3 on the left leg. And this is all you're repeating. You step the right foot next to the left, open up to the left, side lunge to the left. Step the left foot forward, warrior 3. So while you're doing this, this is why I have my hands on that low belly, is I'm trying to make sure my pelvis doesn't affect the low back. Come up, side lunge to the left. You can keep repeating as needed. You have one more. And from here, we will all meet in left side lunge. Just hold. Feel the low belly pulling in, the head lifting away from the floor. And then hands come down if they can. Turn back towards the front of your mat, towards the right foot. Step back into down dog. And then one at a time, lower your elbows for dolphin. Let your head relax. Bend the knees as much as you need to. You can stretch out the heels again if that feels good, but just feel the load here. And then my favorite, go ahead, lower your knees to the floor. So now you're in a forearm quadruped. Take a breath in here at your neutral spine. And on your exhale, really try to reach the ribs upwards as you cat only your upper back. Inhale, come back to center. So we're not cowing here, just coming back to neutral. Exhale, push up. Go ahead. 2 more. Inhale. That looks great, Angela. Good job, Paul. Exhale. Good. Last one in. Exhale. Good. Inhale. From here, come back up onto your hands. From here, slide the right knee forward and sit down on your right hip. So now you're in that ballet sit, right? The right foot is on top of that left thigh, and I see the outer edge of my left foot. This move is called flash dance. It's kind of cool. The right hand comes behind you, and you're just going to lift your hips upwards as you reach the left arm upwards. And just let your head kind of be where it is with the spine. I'm not forcing myself to look up. I'm leaning into that right shoulder. Good. And then on my next exhale, lower the hips. Bring the hands down as you turn to the front of the mat. Step forward towards the hands. Come on up to stand, and we're gonna bounce. So if you don't want to bounce, I'd encourage you to try it, but we're just kind of like pushing off our heels, and you're trying not to land with like loud clunks. So you're just coming an inch off the floor. I'm not jumping high. These are called heel bops. You're just kind of bringing energy up through your spine. Keep the head up. And then slowly turn towards the front of your mat. And then inhale, land, arms come up. Exhale. Thank goodness. Go ahead and step back into down dog. If you'd like to go through a vinyasa, you are more than welcome to. But I'm gonna start here. Let's do this on the other side. So the right leg lifts. And you can do a few hops off the left foot if you want to, or step the right foot forward, come up into Crescent Lunge. Find your neutral pelvis. So I'm not dramatically letting this happen, right? You see my ribs going forward, my tailbone lifting. I'm kind of holding that in. This time the left hand is in front, the right hand is in back. Feel your breath move here. Your weight distributed equally through both of your feet. And then slowly lower the torso. Option to lift the left leg off the floor. Now remember, you will be turning to this right side of the mat here in a moment. As you come up to stand, left foot steps next to the right, turn to the right, parallel your feet, sit back in this right hip. So don't let that right knee go forward so that you cannot see your right toes. Step, turn back towards the front of the mat, right leg airplane. Come up, turn to the right. Good. You should feel that right glute start to work. Don't fall to the outer edge of that right foot. Come up, turn to the right. 2 more. Use that low belly to try to help keep your lumbar spine stable. Turn to the right. Last one. Turn to the right. Hold here in right side lunge. And then from here, go ahead and stay low as you turn towards the left foot, towards the front of the mat. Go ahead and step back into down dog and lower your elbows one by one for dolphin. Keep the knees bent as much as you need to, but also if down dog is something you struggle with, you can stay in down dog too. You don't have to be in dolphin. Here we go. Lower the knees. That forearm quadruped. Take a breath in. Exhale. Notice your spine. What is it telling you as you puff up? Inhale. Neutral. Exhale. Puff up. Good. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one in. Exhale. Inhale, neutral. Come up onto the hands. Slide the left knee forward and sit down onto the left hip. So now you might be facing away from the camera. You might be facing towards it. I'm going to turn to face you, but remember, we're doing the same things. So kind of listen to my voice if you don't want to turn. Left hand comes behind you. Right arm lifts up as you lift the hips for flash dance. So it's kind of like a, look at me. Look at my dancer's movement here. Good. 1 more breath in. Exhale. Lower the hips. Now, challenging movement here. So instead of like bringing my hands towards that outside of the left thigh, you can step your right foot over, come up to stand, and start bouncing. Just kind of feel that bounciness. And you can maybe start to bounce left and right. So like you're kind of like shimmying left and right. Your spine is in good alignment when you can return this energy up and down. It's kind of why you want to have good spinal alignment when you run, right? And then go ahead, stop the bouncing, make your way towards the front of the mat. Get a drink if you need one. You want your body to be able to bounce. Yeah, and it's also kind of fun, right? Okay, let's do a small little sequence that includes that ballet sit. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips, step the left foot back into warrior one. So feet are on two separate lines, left glute is working, but my heel is down as opposed to up, like in crescent. If having the heel down does not feel good, just keep the heel lifted. From here, arms reach up. Right arm comes behind the back on top of that left glute. Reach this left arm out like we did earlier and pull those fingers back. Bring the right ear to the right shoulder. And notice if this feels different than earlier. The answer does not have to be a yes. Inhale, bring the head back up. Arms reach back up. On your exhale, go ahead and bring the left hand down. You'll bring the left thigh underneath the right as you come down to sit for seated twist. So you can kick this left thigh out. I'm going to turn to face you. Or you can have it tucked under. Either way, you're here in the seated twist with the right leg on top. And we're going to roll these ribs. So you can take your hands to your ribs and push them back to 6 o'clock. Push them over to 9. Bring them up to noon, and then push them over to 3. And just notice where you're stuck as you try to roll them in a circle. And then maybe go the other direction. Actually, please go the other direction. It might feel better. Good. And then pause. And now let's uncross this right leg and bring it into our zigzag. So you'll uncross it and then bring it in alignment with that left foot. If you had your left leg straight, you can bend your left knee now. So I'm looking at the inside of the left thigh, outside of the right. Arms come to a W. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Good. Focus on staying tall as you move. Keep those shoulders pinned to your back. Last one in. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Bring the hands down in front of you. Now, this can be a hopping movement. This can be a move one leg at a time movement, but you bring the hands down as you roll over the left shin, and you can hop them up into goddess and bend the knees. So whatever you wanted to do. So look at the knees, make sure they're in line with the first or second toe. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, you can keep the hands on the thighs or maybe work them down towards the floor or to blocks. Right hand to the floor. Inhale, peel the left arm open. Exhale, left hand comes down. Inhale, peel the right arm open. Good. And then bring both hands down. Turn all the way back towards the front of the mat and step into down dog. Woo. Pedal it out, exhale it out. Use water if you need it. And let's slide or step or hop the right foot towards the hands, followed by the left. Use those glutes. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, slide the right foot back. Here we are, warrior one. Find your hip alignment, find what you need to do, and then left arm comes behind the back, right arm reaches up. And then maybe open the right arm up to the right. Peel those fingers downwards. Left ear to left shoulder. Notice if this side feels different. Oh. Open your mouth, open your jaw if you need to. Float the head back up, inhale. And then release the right hand to the floor, coming into seated twist. So right foot slides behind the left. We lower and turn to the left. You can kick the right leg out, make it straight. Hands come to the ribs. Let's roll them. Use them. Your hands are like tactile feedback, right? When we can't move, sometimes we have to have something else to help us move. That's why we have like massage, physical therapy, our hands. Go ahead, go the other direction. Because it might take an external force to help mobilize these ribs. Good. And then come back to center. And you can uncross this left leg and bring it to the left. So you're in the zigzag again. Right foot on top of left thigh. W your arms. Like pull the shoulder blades together. But don't let the ribs go. Take a breath in. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Feel that your thoracic spine is rotating above your lumbar. Your lumbar is not meant to twist. Last one. Inhale, come to center. Now remember, you can step one leg at a time or bring the hands over the right thigh as you roll over the right shin. And you can hop or untuck each one and come up into goddess. Same thing. You can stay up here and do your twists, or you can come down low, bring the hands under the shoulders, take a breath in. Exhale. This time on your inhale, push down the left hand as you reach up the right. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, peel open the left. And bring it down. Go ahead, turn towards the front of the mat. Step forward. And use those glutes to help you lift. Ah, right? Hopefully this area in particular, these lower ribs feel on point, because when we sit a lot, right, our head goes forward and our ribs go forward, and it's like, you don't want that. Let's add it all together and have some fun, okay? Remember all the movements. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, sit back. Step the right foot back. Lower the right knee if you need to. You don't have to. Right hand on the block or the ground. This time, inhale, the left arm peels up. Exhale, you thread it under that left thigh and tap your right ribs. Inhale, peel it open. Exhale, thread it under. Feel that right shoulder stay on your back. Exhale. Inhale, last one. Exhale, tap. From here, lower the right knee. Reach the left arm up as you slide the left leg back. Let your right ear fall to the right shoulder. Maybe bring the left arm behind the back to help you with that stretch. Inhale, float the left arm back up, float the head back up. Woo. Lift the left leg. Good. Goalpost that left arm. And then from here, left hand comes down, left knee comes down, rolling quadruped time. Internally rotate that left thigh, right foot steps, roll it, bring it down, roll it. So I'm gonna show you from this view. I'm gonna give you an option to level up if you want to. So as the right knee comes down and the left foot comes out, I can kick my right leg through. And as I bring it back down and do the other side, my right foot steps out, my left leg can kick through. So it's kind of like we call it breakdance. So the left foot steps out, the left arm reaches up, and I kick the right leg through. You do not have to do this. I'm just giving you an option if you're like, I want to be a little crazy today. Good. Last one. Come down into quadruped. From here, lift the knees, walk the hands back towards the feet for happy squat. Rest your ribs on your thigh. From here, inhale, goalpost your arms and lift your chest up halfway. This is hard. Keep those ribs in. Hands come to the knees. Inhale, arms reach out in front of you. And then come all the way up to stand onto your tiptoes. Woo. And then tiptoe towards the front of the mat. Step with the left foot, lower the left heel. Bring your hands to that low belly as you slide the right leg back for airplane or warrior three, whatever you're used to. Feel this right glute working. And then remember, we're turning to that left side of the mat. So the right foot steps next to the left, open to the left, side lunge to the left. So I'm bending that left knee, turning back towards the front of the mat. Left airplane. Coming up, side lunge to the left. Let's do 2 more. You got it. Left warrior three. Good. Last one. Left airplane. Woo. Left side lunge, hold. Stay low. Turn back towards the front of the mat, towards that right foot. You can lower into dolphin with the right leg lifted, or you can stay in down dog with the right leg lifted. If you'd like to practice a few hops for forearm balance, you are more than welcome. This is the time to do it. And then from here, go ahead, lower the right toes, lower the knees, come up onto the hands. Thread that right knee forward and sit down onto the right hip for Ballet Sit. So now we're going to combine the 2 moves where we twist and then do flash dance. So make sure you see outer edge of left foot, inside edge of right foot, / right thigh. Arms can W or goalpost this time. Exhale to the left. Inhale, right arm comes behind you, lift the hips. Sit it down. Exhale, goalpost to the left. Inhale, center, right arm comes down, lift the hips. And just explore, go slow, go fast. Ha. Lift. Twist. Last one, lift the hips. And then from here, you're going to step your left foot over the right thigh. So look at your right knee, step your left foot over the right thigh, and start to bounce. Bounce in whatever direction you want. You can bounce left, you can bounce right. You can do whatever you need to. Remember, little hops. And then eventually you'll make your way towards the front of your mat. Pause. And then open up to the left for goddess. This is our last pose. Hands come to the inside of the thighs this time. You're kind of creating some space and support. And on your exhale, just dip your right shoulder in and look to the left, twisting. Inhale, center. Exhale, draw in that low belly twist to the right. Good. One more time, each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then go ahead, and from here, turn towards the front of the mat. Step in. Come on up. Shake it out. Let's do it. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, sit back. Slide the left foot back. Left hand can come under the shoulder onto a block. Inhale, open the right arm up, open the heart up. Exhale, thread it under that right thigh, tap the left ribs. Inhale, open up. Exhale, thread it under. Good, 3 more. Inhale. Don't let your left shoulder get closer to your right knee. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, as you inhale, you can slide that right leg back for modified side plank. Left hand underneath the left shoulder. You can bring the right hand behind you on that sacrum. Let the left ear fall to the left shoulder. Nice neck stretch here. If you are a desk job worker, your cervical spine is probably loving you right now. Float the right arm up, float the head up. Lift the right leg if you feel free to do so. You can goal post the right arm. Here we go. Rolling quadruped, right hand down, right knee down. Internally rotate the right thigh, step the left foot. Cartwheel the left arm back. Show you from this side again. If you want to add on those break dancers, feel free to do so. So that means your left foot steps out, push through the right hand, and you can kick the right leg through. I'm going to just quadruped this one out. And then your last one, end up in quadruped. Curl the toes under, lift the knees, walk your hands back towards the feet, drip your ribs onto the thighs. Take a breath in. Goal post the arms and lift your heart up into your shoulders. So not at the cost of the ribs going forward. Hands come to the knees. Inhale, now reach the arms out in front of you. Feel that load change. Come up onto the tippy toes as you come up to stand. Remember, we're coming into right airplane. So tiptoe forward towards the front of the mat. Right toes land, right heel lands. Send it back. Whew. Now, from here, you will be turning towards the right side of the mat. Use your hands where you need them. Left foot steps next to right. Open up to the right side of the mat. Right side lunge. Good. Step the right foot forward. Right airplane. Yes, Angela, that looks awesome. Good. Come up, right side lunge. Last one, you'll end up in right side lunge. Pause here and stay. And then from here, stay low. Turn towards the front of the mat. You can lower your elbows as you lift your left leg or stay in down dog for dolphin. And then after your dolphin, lower your knees, come up onto your hands, slide the left knee forward as you come down to sit on the left hip for your ballet sit. Now I'm going to turn to face you. This is the combo move, the twist with the flash dance. So arms are goal posted or W's. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center, left arm behind you, lift the hips, lower the hips, twist to the right. Inhale, left arm comes behind, lift the hips, reach the right arm away, sit down. 2 more. Sit down. Lift up. Good. From this lifted up position, you have that bouncing, and then we have goddess. So step the right foot to the outside of the left knee. Turn and bounce. You can bounce left. You can bounce right. And then go ahead, bounce the feet apart, walk the feet apart, goddess. Hands to thighs. Take a breath in, feel the low belly draw in. Exhale to the left. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Last one in. To the left. To the right. Good. And then make your way down towards your mat for seated. Grab a drink if you need one. And then let's stretch it out and come into Shavasana. So lower onto your back. Cross the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Take a breath in and exhale. Pull the left thigh in towards you. You can wrap your fingers behind that left thigh. Use that right elbow to help open up that right hip. Gently release. Left foot comes down, right foot comes down. Cross the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Pull the right thigh in. You can maybe use that left elbow to reach the left thigh a little bit further away from you. Gently release the right foot down along with the left. And you can let the legs go long, or you can keep them bent here in this position. Arms are out at an upside down V, palms up. And relax here. And noticing a difference. Between now and when you first started. Sometimes slowing down is just as important as to keep moving forward. So that's why I kind of take a pause here in Shavasana, because our nervous system, we worked it a lot today. This is its time to absorb what you did today. It's kind of a time to turn your thoughts and attention inwards. It's like kind of like a hug. Go ahead. We have 3 more breaths here. Slide your left foot in underneath your right knee. Slide your right foot in underneath your right knee. Bring the left knee into the chest, followed by the right knee. Go ahead and grab your shins. Feel your sacrum on the floor. Keep it there as you pull yourself towards your knees, and notice if you got any closer, or notice if it just feels less stress on the spine. Gently release that, and in your own way, come on up to seated. Hands come to heart center. Feeling the way your spine is stacked now. May you carry strength and also grace into the rest of this Monday. Happy spring. And have a wonderful Monday. Namaste. If you have